Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Okay, so just from the title and the thumbnail of this video, you very likely have three different questions at least. So number one, who did I use all the resin for? Two, how the hell did I even manage to get this number as you've seen from the thumbnail, and how did I manage to calculate it? And three, why did I dedicate it all to one character? For the first question, by far my favorite character is Arlecchino, which is who I used all of this resin for. If you've seen some of the videos in my channel, you've seen that she is by far my best built character, and like most of the videos are surrounding her. For the second question, this is mainly an estimate, but if anything, the number that I am giving you guys is most likely even higher in reality. This is going to involve like a lot of yapping, and it's even going to involve like a bit of maths on the side of it. So I understand that this might not be for everyone, but essentially I took a big break from Genshin. I started playing the game like a couple of months after it got released, but then I played for like a year, and then I took a year break. And when I came back, this was during the 4.7 phase 2 banner, which had at the time Sigewinne and Farina. And unfortunately, I had just missed the first ever Arlecchino banner, which happened in the first phase of 4.6, I believe. So I don't remember the exact date that I came back to play the game, but I do know it was in that banner phase. So the last day of that banner was the July 16th of 2024. During all this time, since like the first date until pretty much like a month and a half ago to where we are right now, I was basically stuck farming her artifacts, her essential materials, her talent materials that enabled me to like triple crown her and give her the best pieces when I actually got her at the time. From my assumed date that I started, that I just said was the July 16th of 2024, till more or less like a month and a half ago, which let's assume is the 31st of July of 2025 this year. This is a total of 380 days. So for the resin to refill to 200, this takes more or less 26 hours and 40 minutes to pass. To make it more accurate and just to make it easier to calculate, I'm going to say that I was using 180 resin per day, which takes exactly 24 hours to make. So with those assumptions set in place, let's calculate it right now. So 380 days times by 180 resin per day, this amounts to 68,400 resin used. At this stage, you're probably wondering now if I clickbaited you into believing that I spent 130,000 resin total for Arlecchino. There is a little more details that I haven't mentioned just yet. So for the majority of the 380 days, I won't say every single one, but more often than not, I have been using the resin refill. So the first 3 to 4 months, I didn't actually use any resin refills. It's more or less like the last half a year to like 9 months that I've been using them, maybe a bit more than that. And I have been using pretty much all of the resin refills, which I calculated more or less on average. It'll mean that I've only been using like 180 of the refills, so 180 resin refills if I was to do it basically every single time, on average, more or less. So let's say in a worst case scenario, I was using it for 9 months, and I was using 180 resin for these 9 months. 9 months equals more or less like 270 days. It's like 273 days if I'm not mistaken, but let's say 270 days. If you do 270 days times by 180 resin, this amounts to 48,600 resin. So now with the numbers of 48,600 and 68,400 from the previous section, if you add them both up together, this will give you a total of 117,000 resin used. Still not at the number that I said, I know, but this is because you do need to add some smaller numbers. So for example, the fragile resin that you get from the battle pass, the resin that you get from the exploration levels that come with each region. Like in my case specifically, Natlan and Fontaine gave me quite a few of them, and then also the weekly resin that you get from the teapot. This is a hard number, or like a hard way to actually know exactly the amount that I got from this, but I believe that 12 to 13,000 resin from these methods over the course of a year and like 2 months is not too much of a stretch. and this would take the number up to 130,000 resin used in total. Now, as to why I decided to do all of this, the main reason I came back to the game was the fact that I stumbled upon some gameplay of Arlecchino on the internet, and it made me fall back into wanting to actually play the game again. From that point on, when I started replaying the game again, I just religiously just saved all the time until our next rerun, which happened in 5.3, the second half, I believe. And in all this time, I managed to save 549 wishes with only the welcome and the battle pass, nothing else. With these wishes, I managed to get her to C6 R1, which admittedly I was pretty lucky because normally you need like close to like 700 wishes to actually be comfortable enough to get C6 R1, but I managed to actually get it in like 550 wishes, and then obviously the star glitter that I used. Then also in the same patch, I did go for her R5, but for this I did end up spending money for this. In a way, I haven't fully stopped farming for Arlecchino just yet. She is still by far my favorite character in the game, but for the time being, I am currently focusing on leveling up other characters so that I can use them in like other game modes such as Imaginary Theater, and if case comes to be, like even in the Stygian Onslaught, they can be useful as well. However, for the big resources such as the Sanctifying Elixirs and the Dust of Enlightenment, they will still have the priority of being used for Arlecchino because I am trying to maximize her build as much as possible. As you can see, this is my current build on her. I am sort of endlessly searching for a Sans which has at least like double crit and EM. I don't have one across my whole account, so I can't even use like an off piece for her. This is literally my best Sans in the account, so this is what she's using. But with the Sanctifying Elixirs, I'm trying to like every single patch use them to get the Sans in order to finalize her build. Okay, so we are getting towards the end of the video, but let me just make it crystal clear that I do not regret it at all. Still to this day, Arlecchino is still my favourite character in the game. Even with all the new characters that have released since I got her, and the ones that have been shown to us that are coming in the near future, she's still by far my favourite character in the game. It's just one of those things that I can't quite put into words, but Arlecchino is quite possibly the main reason why I still play the game, and one of the big reasons why I started making content for this channel in the first place. There isn't really a specific message at the end of the video that I wanted to say, but at the end of the day, this is a game to play and enjoy. If you play the game to have fun with specific characters because you enjoyed them for one reason or the other, then that is perfectly fine. Do what makes you enjoy the game the most and don't bother explaining it to other people who might not have the same viewpoints as you. Anyways, this did become a bit of a yap session in this video, but hopefully you have watched and enjoyed this video till the end. Either because you actually enjoy playing Arlecchino as much as I do, or because you have like another character that is to you what Arlecchino is to me currently, and I do truly hope that you enjoyed the video as a whole. As always, thank you very much for sticking with me till the end, and until next time, see ya.